But I also think that, like, it's okay to be professional about it and, like, send a text to your teammates. Send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys. Or you don't even have to say love you guys. Just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out.
When I got drafted out to Phoenix, and so I know she's not a fighter, but she's not scared to get with it a little bit. And
I had to learn. I had to figure out these moments. I had to grow through the losses that we took in the playoffs. And now I feel like I'm better and I understand it a little bit more.
That, in my opinion, that shows a major lack of character. And that's exactly what Sophie Cunningham is saying happened here.
Did DeWanna Bonner really walk out on the Indiana Fever without even saying goodbye to her teammates? Sophie Cunningham's bold comments just blew the lid off this controversy, and it's got fans picking sides. What really happened behind the scenes? You need to hear this. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
She went on her podcast, and now a clip is surfacing that I got sent. And she has got words about DeWanna Bonner's departure from the Indiana Fever.
Sophie, you talked about building culture, chemistry, things like that. And obviously you get heated in the games like today. What did it mean to have DeWanna have your back? I mean,
I'm kidding.
It's competitive nature, but...
What happens when one of the biggest names in the WNBA leaves their team without a single word? Well, Sophie Cunningham sure had a lot to say about it on her podcast, and trust me, she didn't hold back at all. Known for being brutally honest and calling it like she sees it, Cunningham has made waves with her takes on everything from teammate dynamics to league controversies. This time, though, it's her comments about DeWanna Bonner's sudden departure from the Indiana Fever that have everyone talking. So, here's the story. Bonner, a star player with a decorated career, reportedly left the Fever without so much as a goodbye text or shout-out to fans. No farewell Instagram post, no response to teammates reaching out, just silence.
What did it mean to have DeWanna step up for you in that moment like that?
Man, I'm not surprised. You know, actually, DB was my vet.
But I also think that, like, it's okay to be professional about it and, like, send a text to your teammates. Send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys. Or you don't even have to say love you guys. Just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out.
Cunningham called it out plainly, labeling the whole situation classless. And if you know Sophie, she doesn't say things like that for shock value. She genuinely believes players owe it to their teams and fans to show some respect on their way out. But this isn't just about Bonner walking away. There's a bigger layer to this story. Bonner is a three-time All-Star who's made a noticeable impact on multiple franchises, including her standout years with the Connecticut Sun. People are wondering if her relationship with Alyssa Thomas, her partner and teammate at the Sun, influenced some behind-the-scenes moves. Did Bonner already have her sights set on reuniting with Thomas instead of continuing with the Fever? And if so, why keep everyone in the dark?
Because, like, DB was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix. And then we gathered here into Indiana. And, like, it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway.
When I got drafted out to Phoenix, and so I know she's not a fighter, but she's not scared to get with it a little bit. And
it's definitely raised eyebrows across the league. In professional sports, communication matters. When a player leaves abruptly, it can create ripple effects in locker rooms and leave fans feeling unappreciated. Remember Kevin Durant's infamous exit from OKC or Kyrie Irving's messy departures? Transparency could have changed those narratives too. Cunningham mentioned how teammates felt blindsided by Bonner, and fans, some who bought jerseys or tickets just to see her play, were left with unanswered questions. With all this, Sophie's fiery critique makes you wonder, how much do players owe their teams, their fans, or even their teammates when they leave? But more importantly, what could Bonner have done differently to avoid all this backlash?
I think we got to credit that to AT. She finds us in open spots. We owe her a lot, especially me. On the three-pointer, she should have had more assists than that. So
I think Sophie, I think she's versatile enough that she can play with anyone. She can kind of play any role, and she can kind of do anything on the floor.
Let's talk about it. Sophie Cunningham didn't just criticize DeWanna Bonner, she practically handed out a step-by-step guide on how to leave a team the right way. Her point was simple but powerful: basic respect matters. According to Cunningham, the bare minimum should have been a quick text to her teammates saying something like, "Hey, love you guys," or even, "Sorry this didn't work out. Good luck." It's not about making some grand statement, it's about showing you care, even if you're moving on. Yet, Bonner's silence? That's what struck Sophie, and the fans, as a major lack of character. This kind of respect isn't just good manners, it changes everything.
Yeah, kind of random thrown to the ground. Maybe I need to hit the weight room. That was not a good look.
But she got to Indiana and she just like really wasn't happy. And like, I want people to be happy. So that's why I'm kind of like neutral on this one, which a lot of people are surprised about.
Imagine if Bonner had posted a short thank you to Fever fans, or if she had said goodbye personally to her teammates. That simple text she skipped? It could have completely flipped the narrative. Cunningham pointed out that it's not just about the act of leaving, but how you leave. A small acknowledgement goes a long way in preserving relationships and reputation, especially when you're part of a close-knit league like the WNBA. And let's not pretend this is just Sophie's opinion.
In my opinion, that shows a major, major lack of character. And that's exactly what Sophie Cunningham is saying happened here.
She had my back, and I think that's what it's all about, right? I think that we have a huge target on our backs, and I don't think that's a secret.
Tons of leadership experts back this up. Studies on professionalism and team dynamics highlight how small gestures, like giving closure, build trust and strengthen reputation, even when things end on tough terms. Think of players who've gracefully exited teams with farewell messages to their locker rooms or heartfelt Instagram posts thanking fans. Those moves stick with people.
And so making sure that our locker room's like this, and that will naturally flow onto the court, and I think you guys saw that today.
She's towards the end of her career, so like she deserves her flowers. She deserves to be happy. But I also think that if you're gonna leave, like you're gonna have to expect getting.
Fans appreciate it, and teammates respect it. Cunningham wasn't trying to rewrite Bonner's legacy. Instead, her frustration pointed to something bigger: accountability. She doesn't just want better behavior from Bonner, she's challenging the culture around how players handle their exits. This is about being a role model, about showing the younger generation what real leadership looks like. Cunningham called Bonner's silence out as not acting like a Hall of Famer. That hits deep.
I had to learn, I had to figure out these moments, I had to grow through the losses that we took in the playoffs, and now I feel like I'm better and I understand it a little bit more.
But Sophie's versatility allows her to play anywhere. Late on in the game, the ball being in Sophie's hands seemed like a better thing.
If you're held to those standards, you have to act like it. So, where does this leave fans? When players fail T,